Overthinking. We've all been there. Your mind races, analyzing every little detail of a situation, sometimes even hours or days after it has happened. But why? Why do we do this? Is it natural response or something that can be controlled? Today, we are diving into the science behind overthinking and giving you practical, evidence-based tips to manage it, so stick around. Let's first define both patterns can impact our mental well-being. So why do we overthink? Let's look at the brain. It all starts with the prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for decision-making and problem-solving. So when faced with uncertainty or stress, the prefrontal cortex can go into overdrive, trying to predict all outcomes and possibilities. While this might sound helpful, it can backfire, leading to analysis paralysis, where we can't make decisions because we are constantly weighing every option. And then there is the amygdala, which controls emotions and fear responses. So when you feel anxious or scared, the amygdala kicks in and amplifies your overthinking, making you dwell on negative thoughts. Overthinking often happens when we feel we lack control over a situation. Our brains are hardwired to look for patterns or solutions, but sometimes they spiral out of control. It's the brain's way of trying to protect us, even if it causes more stress. Now let's talk about consequences of overthinking. While it might feel productive, overthinking actually leads to negative outcomes. Studies show that chronic overthinking can increase anxiety, depression, and even impair decision-making. A study published in Psychological Science found that overthinking can reduce brain's ability to solve problems and make effective decisions. Instead of helping, it actually limits our capacity for actions, leaving us stuck in an endless loop of doubts. So now let's talk about the practical tips to manage overthinking. Now that we understand why overthinking happens, let's talk about how to manage it. Here are 5 practical science-backed tips to help you break free from the cycle of overthinking. Tip number 1, mindfulness and meditation. One of the best ways to manage overthinking is through mindfulness and meditation. Studies show that practicing mindfulness helps activate the prefrontal cortex to focus on the present, which reduces the influence of the amygdala's emotional response. A simple 5-minute daily meditation can help you ground yourself in the present moment and stop your mind from spiraling into endless loops of overanalysis. Tip number 2, break the thought cycle. So when you catch yourself overthinking, try disrupting the pattern. You could count to 10. Do a quick physical activity like stretching or even switch tasks for a few minutes. This helps reset your brain and prevents the loop from continuing. A study in cognitive therapy and research found that interrupting rumination can reduce its intensity, making it easier to shift to more positive, action-oriented thinking. Tip number 3, limit your decision-making time. If you're stuck in a loop of decision-making, give yourself a set of time limit to make a choice, whether it's 10 minutes or an hour. Research from the Journal of Consumer Research suggests that setting time limits can reduce the anxiety of making the perfect choice and push you to take action. Taking action, even if it's not the perfect decision, is far more beneficial than endlessly analyzing over every possible option. Tip number 4, reframe your thoughts. Reframing your thoughts is a powerful way to combat overthinking. For example, if you're worried about a future event, instead of asking, what if this goes wrong? Try asking, what if this goes right? A study published in the Journal of Anxiety Disorders found that cognitive reframing helps reduce the mental load of worry, as it challenges negative thought patterns and promotes a more balanced perspective. And last tip, journaling. Journaling is a great way to get your thoughts out of your head onto a paper. By writing down your concerns, you can separate your thoughts from your emotions and analyze them objectively. Research shows that expressive writing can lower stress and anxiety levels, helping you organize your thoughts and feel more in control. Our final thoughts before we end this conversation is that overthinking is a natural human tendency, but it doesn't have to control you. By understanding the science behind it and using these evidence-based strategies, you can break free from the cycle and live with more clarity and peace of mind. Remember, it's not about completely eliminating overthinking. It's about learning how to manage it effectively. With these tips, you'll be on your way to a calmer, more focused mindset. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with someone who could benefit from these tips. Let me know in the comments what's your biggest challenge with overthinking and how do you manage it? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thank you.